What's going on, people? It's your boy, stayconnecteduktv people. People wanted me to react to this one man. Marquett, he ain't happy with Fresh and Fit, you know what I mean? And yeah, people, man, he's laid it the smackdown on Fresh and Fits, you know what I mean? And basically just said, I don't want to work with these people no more and all sorts like that. But he breaks down how he met them, how he started with them, like get to know them, how it started escalating and why they ended their I think 7-year relationship or something like that, how they end and stuff like that. But yeah, people, this is that when Mind Games met Satan the Sinner on it the first time, innit? So yeah, let's get into this one right about now, people. Alright, let's go, people, man. Let's break down this whole video. Let's get into it, people. On why it started. Let's go. How did we meet? Fresh and Fit, yeah?
So how did we meet? How did it all start?
Let's go.
What was the thing that brought us into knowing one another, given that we are so very different? We look different. We dress differently. We're different ethnicities. We have different histories. Our advice is different. Notice I really enjoy history. I'm going to show you the first contact point that I ever had with Amru Fuddle, the guy who goes by a fake name that you know as Myron Gaines. And, the first time I ever encountered him, I didn't remember. And I remember being on a live session and some dweeb came in the live chat, nerd. And in the live chat, he says, "You're trying to be Myron Gaines." I thought that was laughable. Who would want to be Myron Gaines? I mean, that's utterly bizarre. He's swagless and classless, always wearing a t-shirt. Who would want to be Myron Gaines? Nonsense. And then someone else in the live chat wrote, "Marquett wants to be Myron Gaines? Madness! Check out this link." And then you hit the link and it shows years ago, like 2020. I would let people come on, fans, you might call them. And sometimes it would take hours. And so 2 hours in, a fan comes on and don't you know it was Myron Gaines? No, I didn't remember.
Well, I personally think, I'm not gonna lie to people, for me personally, I get why he's breaking it down, because I found wants to know the details and all sorts like that. But I think this in general, it's like you're trying to downplay someone because they was a fan of you. I'm sure you was a fan of someone else or some other people as well. That's how you become a fan of someone. Do you know what I'm saying? You looked up to someone, or you liked what they done, or you liked the way they were dressing, you liked the way they were speaking about certain topics, and that caught your attention to that person. It drew you in, and you started realizing, wow, you know what, I can learn from this person, that person. It could be a number of things that, let's say real estate. It could be how to get into podcasts. Just like a number of things that caught your eye on that person, and you started watching he or she's like stuff and stuff like that. And then you become a sports supporter, become a fan, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, like I don't see the point, because we're all fans or supporters of someone that we admired once upon a time, or admired. You know what I mean? But yeah, I think he's just throwing shot at Myron. It sounds a bit salty, innit? That's just personally my from a different perspective, innit? If I was first time getting into Marquett's content and stuff, I felt like this would be a bit salty, innit? First time like listening to this, a new viewer.
Remember that because I let thousands of fans come on. So this is me 2 hours into a live session, letting fans come on.
I don't understand why the time period don't matter. He just came on and he was a big person that supported your channel and then liked your content and stuff. Like, I don't get why is it the time period? Why does, even if it was 20 minutes, if he's waiting in line 20 minutes or 10 minutes or 5 minutes or half an hour, 45 minutes, an hour, hour and 30, hour 20, like who would really care about that time period? I don't really get that part of it.
To, greet and give thanks and say whatever's on their mind. And I also want you guys to notice the nature, so humble.
And people, I'm only speaking from different perspective, basically, from someone who's looking outside and thinking for the first time, do I really want to listen to this person or listen to that person? Do you know what I mean? So when I'm speaking in like a third person, like a new viewer, if I was supposed to hear this.
So much humility, just a whole different guy.
I'm a content creator myself, bro. Just want to come in and show some love and support, man. I know you're friends with my boy Lucario, so I have to come in and off. So, I just got to come in and show support, bro. That's really what it is, man. So it's cool that you're doing this, though, bring the people on and talk with them and everything like that. So,
well, do forgive me for getting to you so late. I didn't want to cut anyone off.
No, bro. No, the other people waited their time, bro. I don't take offense at all to that, man. Don't even worry.
Absolutely. What kind of content do you create?
I do. I have a fitness channel, and I also teach guys about, like, that's why I found your stuff, because I was like, I have very similar views on dealing with chicks, bro. I'm here in Miami, so
he has very similar views.
I don't see this. I don't see what he's getting at here. Like, because they are talking about similar things: dating women, being attracted to women, how to be a man. They are talking about the same thing, though. So I don't really get this point. Yeah, he might just different than Marin. That is a different point. But I don't get this whole concept, this whole layout
on dealing with chicks. Well, Marquett, why does he have very similar views to you, Marquett?
I think it's very the same views.
That's because he learned from me. I was his teacher. That's why he has.
I think everyone was a teacher to everyone. I can't even lie. I think everyone taught someone something. Because how we get into a job and not know the job that we get into. When you first start a job, you have to learn what the company is selling, doing, how they do things. Yeah, there's like a tight how they start, how they do their business, how it's run. Yeah, so I don't get this point. I really don't. I don't get this point, because we're all fans of someone once upon a time, or was a fan.
It's very similar views. In fact, if you listen closely, you can hear my words coming out of his mouth. Yet he never quotes me. It's very strange. In fact, there have been many times on Twitter that people would forward a tweet to me, and he would quote me verbatim, but never acknowledge it. And people were in the comments saying, Marquett said that. Why are you pretending as though you said that? Come on now. So you heard right there, he came onto he waited 2 hours just to get on screen, waited 2 hours to pay homage and respect. And I said, hey,
But wait, why wouldn't you want to pay respect to someone that you watch their content, though? You will want to be respectful regardless. Because if someone wasn't respectful, you would have just kicked them off your platform. Whatever, how they come on your show, calling shows, meetups, in person, you know what I mean? If someone being disrespectful, and that's how they're coming, you're going to be like, who's this person? Get off. Get off.
What kind of content do you do? I'm a kind, pleasant gentleman interested in this young man coming up. He'd been watching for a very, very long time, studying. That was Myron Gaines. He had been watching for some time. And as you can see the dates on this is back from 2020.
Walter reached out, big fan, being watching regularly and started, because how can we get you as a guest? What did he say? Hey first, I can confirm. I'm happy to collaborate. How do we meet? Set that up.
And I think I've told this story before to maybe some of the saints in person, because people ask me, how did you meet? So this is 2020. And you can see that Walter's account was disabled. And I have a hunch on why it was disabled. We'll talk about that in a moment. But he had messaged me in September, and I responded in December. And it was actually by chance that I responded. The reason that I responded is because at the time I was living in Las Vegas like a super player, mayor of Saint City, Las Vegas, you dig. And I was going to fly to Spain, and there were two women I wanted to make some arrangements with. And when I'm not actively talking to someone, I'll archive the conversation. So I was searching in my restricted messages. There were two women I wanted to catch up. One was a gorgeous Spanish actress, fine as all get out. And then the other one's a real masterpiece, a genetic marvel, Fatima Diame. Some of you might know her. She's Senegalese by blood, Spanish by nationality. She's a long jumper. She's an Olympic long jumper. So I was planning on going out there and, seeing if I could get her pregnant real quick. So I'm looking through my message requests, trying to find, this Olympic long jumper. And then I come across Walter's message. And what I appreciated about Walter's message is the way that he approached me, and that he offered to spend some money in making an investment. And as you can see, I just made some notes. You can't see what his message was, but he essentially expressed, hey, I'm a huge fan. My partner is also a huge fan, referring to Amru. We watch you religiously, and we just started our podcast, and we'd love to get you as a guest, and, just let us know what we got to pay, and we'll pay it. And mind you, at the time I was going to Spain, Spanish.
I don't get this whole point. It's like, are you not going to message your person, especially if you got a platform yourself and you want to get your person that you want to get on your podcast that you respect, and they hopefully will respect you once you're on their podcast and you finally met your like an idol or someone that you've been looked up to? Of course you're going to be like, oh yeah, when can I get you on? Of course you're going to message someone. Like, how else are you supposed to network with people? I don't know. Just, to me personally, people, man, it's just, I don't know. This is just weird, because I'm sure he's reached out to a number of people that he, like I said earlier on, I'm sure he's reached out to a number of people acting like a fan. So I don't get this point. We're all fans of anyone, or anyone that we looked up to or listened to.
Speaking Miami, Spanish speaking. So I was going to figure out I'll just fly through Miami. I'll stop in. And my assistant was going to go with me. Some of you may have met this particular assistant, tall, slim, white, and Asian. She was in a Tyler, the Creator music video. And so I liked the fact that they were willing to invest in themselves. And so obviously if I'm flying with my assistant. If we're going to get hotels, we got to get 2 hotels. And so I made it so that they didn't have to spend money on all that stuff, because what I liked about the way he reached out is that he was humble. He was basically like, hey, we're huge fans. We're just getting started. And I was like, this is a young man trying to make it in this world. Let me help him.
As we all once are, and what we need to be as better people.
He's putting in the work. He's doing the right things. Let me make it easier for him. You might say, well, wow, that's really nice of you, Marquett. Why would you do such a thing? He's a stranger to you. Well, if you check my background, you'll find that is consistently my driving force. My first legal job was working at an after-school program. After university, I went into something called Teach for America, which puts you in the worst schools in the United States of America. I was placed into Baltimore, 98% black school, enormous levels of poverty, 10% of the population on heroin. I went there to help. My professional training is as a teacher. I also founded a nonprofit.
Oh yeah, I remember him saying that, because I watched both of these people. So don't think I'm on one side. Nah, I'm speaking from a fan's perspective and a bit of both. If I was gonna watch this person the first time, you know what I mean? So that's why I'm talking the way I'm talking. You know what I mean? And just a general thing as well. You know what I'm saying? That where I'm like, I don't get that part, because I really don't get that part.
To help people. That has been my wiring and my history, which also makes me unique within the manosphere self-help space, because I'm the only one that's actually made a career of helping people. Everyone else used to be a reality TV star bootleg version, or they used to sell adult content.
Wait. Is he taking shots at Andrew Tate there? Because I'm sure he's taking shots at him. He's probably like the only one that he could be referring to right there. So why is he not mention his name? What? I swear, didn't he say once, yeah, that if you're a man, you got to call other men out and say their names loud and proud? I'm just saying, people. I think I've heard him say that though. You should be calling other people out and being a man about it.
My professional training is as a teacher. I also founded a nonprofit to help people. That has been my wiring and my history, which also makes me unique within the manosphere self-help space, because I'm the only one that's actually made a career of helping people. Everyone else used to be a reality TV star bootleg version, or they used to sell adult content to men and then turn around and say they're trying to help men. None of their backstories add up. Amru's backstory doesn't add up. You were the police. And every time Walter would tell his backstory.
But wait, isn't that helping people? He's serving the community. He deals with people. I don't get that part. I'm not gonna lie, saying I don't get that part. He's serving the community. Know what I mean? Know what I mean? He was a police. Know what I mean? I'm just saying, there might be bad ones, there might be good ones, but what they do is they're supposed to serve the people wherever they're from. I'm from. Know what I'm saying, people? So he was dealing with people. How does that make any? That don't make no sense, people, to me. I'm just saying.
It was utterly bizarre. You hear, bro? He's like, yeah, I used to work at Chick-fil-A and then I got a Lambo. I'm like, bro, what? It was yeah, I was in Barbados and then I worked at Chick-fil-A and then I got a Lambo and I got to Miami.
I mean, yeah, he did say that though. He did say something like on that line, like he worked in Chick-fil-A, he worked in a call center, and then he done pranks, and then he done Fresh and Fit, I think it was, if that was the correct order from Fresh himself.
I still don't understand bro's backstory. It's insane. But anyways, he sent me this message and I said, you know what? I'm actually heading to Spain. I'll stop in Miami, my assistant and I'll do your show and I'll tell you everything that I know that can make you successful. And don't pay me a thing. Don't pay me a single penny. I'll see you in a bit. So we schedule it. And this is 7 years ago, mind you. I fly into Miami, my assistant and they pick me up at the airport. And I remember it like it was yesterday. I was wearing an Islamic thobe because I was going to shoot over to Spain. And I was going to shoot over to the Kingdom of Morocco. So I was wearing a jalabia. And we, had a short conversation, crashed at the hotel. Next day, went to the studio. I did the show. And this is before they had the girls in the show. So it was just a straightforward interview. And during the interview, I distinctly remember, and you might even be able to see this in the interview, Myron and Fresh were really excited. Like, oh man, this is crazy. We never had this many people on a live stream before. Like, man, this is crazy, man. Shout out to the Saying the Sinner. And then, so they had a record-breaking day. Then after that, they said, hey man, like, you have Patreon? Like, how does that work? And so I said, okay, I'll tell you everything that I know about.
I guess they was just asking regular questions from a person who they looked up to, who they were watching. I don't really see. I don't know. He's making them out to be like why they're asking questions for. They're asking questions because they finally got you on as the guest. So I don't really get that part. I'm baffled by that part, people, because that's the whole point of having a guest on, to ask questions. Am I not lying?
YouTube, which is not much because remember, at the time I was still running an international corporation. with offices throughout the United States and in South Korea and in Puerto Rico. And I was working on a deal with the Chinese government. So I was still a tech CEO. So I was like, I don't know a ton, but I'll tell you what I do know, and I'll be very transparent. So I was like, hey, this is how many patrons I have. Here are my pricing tiers. This is how much money I have. I opened up the chest as much as you could expect anyone to open up, especially someone who's a stranger. You'd never get this kind of access.
There you go, people, man. There you go with that, people, man. This is more of the story of how they met and stuff like that, people. People, what did you think of this part right here from Saint the Sinner? Do you think he was just a bit salty? Do you reckon he was just taking too many shots? Do you think what he said was correct? Not correct? Yeah, people, like, what do you think about it? Give me your thoughts and opinion in the comment section down below, and let me know what other videos you want me to react to also, people. But yeah.